If you're a first-time home buyer trying to get into the Toronto market, this is one of the most interesting moments we've seen in years. Prices are still down, inventory is still high, and the newest TREB stats show a shift that could work in your favor. I'm Andreas Uraz-Ross with Royal LePage Signature, and the April 2026 stats just came out, and today I'm breaking down exactly what they mean for the first-time home buyers, especially if you're looking for condos in the city. For the first time in a long time, first-time buyers are seeing a combination of more choice, less competition, lower prices than last year, and room to negotiate. This combination doesn't happen often in Toronto. Housing prices during COVID around 2021 and 2022 made a huge jump, which is what caused the interest rates to be corrected so aggressively by the Bank of Canada. The rates went up 3% in just 6 months, which was the fastest tightening cycle we've ever seen. And those interest rate hikes did help bring down home prices drastically. However, a lot of sellers were still looking for those 2021 and 2022 prices when they were selling their homes in the next coming years. However, there was a lot of uncertainty in the market just coming out of COVID and an election here in Canada and also one of our neighbors to the south. Buyers weren't really willing to pay those prices. And so we saw a huge drop in transactions. And here we are now in 2026, and it looks like those sellers that needed to sell can't wait it out any longer and have adjusted their expectations. We're starting to see average sale prices come down, and in April 2025, the average price was just over 1.1 million. Compared to now, we're sitting at just north of 1 million. So with that, we're seeing an uptick in sales compared to last year, showing that buyers are slowly returning. But even with that increase, sales remain low compared to pre-2024 levels. This means activity is rising, but it's not a frenzy. You're not competing with 20 offers. You're competing against maybe one or two. Let's take a look at how the condo market has reacted. Condo sales saw a notable jump compared to last year, even as prices remained roughly lower. We're seeing significant interest in first-time home buyers, especially in units under 600 square feet and in that lower price point. New condo listings dropped this month, which usually tightens the market, but the total inventory is still high. Higher inventory means you have more options and more leverage as a buyer, and the average condo price in Toronto is still down compared to last year, even though the sales are rising. Prices have not followed suit yet. This is the window where first-time home buyers can get in before the market fully wakes up. I do think there is still a bit of room for pricing to go down before it trends back upwards, but if we look at the history of pricing, we're getting pretty close to back to being on schedule with the natural rising housing costs. The biggest takeaway here is the Toronto condo market in April 2026 is one of the most first-time buyer-friendly environments, say that 5 times fast, we've seen in years. And it's coupled with a ton of first-time home buyer incentives. Prices are still soft, inventory is still high, and competition is still low. And the best units are starting to move again. So if you're planning to buy your first place, this is a moment worth paying attention to. And if you're thinking of making a move this year, reach out and I'll be happy to answer any questions you have about what that move might look like for you.